What's good, YouTube? The Wordless Z here, and I'm back from a 5-week long getaway, I guess you can call it, because a lot of things have been happening. So, yeah, my grandpa died. That's the reason I've been away. Then I had to find a new recording software, which I found. Just a lot of stuff has been holding me back from being able to make videos like I want to do. But as soon as I can find it, I will give you a deck update. There it is, DDD. It's been long awaited. Here it is. Some of you, well, mainly one guy in the comments told me to put in Swirl Slime and Ragnarok, and I did not know what I was doing until I actually got to use them, because they are amazing. So yeah, this is the new deck list. I'll go through it, do a little run through. DDD, Judgment King Armageddon. Pendulum scale of 4. His effect in the pendulum zone is once per turn you can target one DD monster you control. It gains 800 attack until the end of its turn. And if a monster, this is a monster effect. If a monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one of those monsters. And I think it gains this card gains attack equal to that card's original attack until the end of this turn. This card cannot attack directly the turn you activate this effect, and it can't be destroyed by spell or trap cards that don't target it, which is nice. It stops Regeki and Mirror Force. Ragnarok, pendulum effect. If you special summon a DD monster except during the damage step, you can target any one DD monster in your graveyard. Any battle damage your opponent takes for this turn is halved. Also special summoning. If you do, you take 1000 damage. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one DD monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. You can only use this effect of DDD Abyss Ragnarok once per turn. Once per turn, you can tribute one of a DD monster you control, then target one monster your opponent controls and banish it. Which is good removal, it's good bounce back, you can get back. Armageddon, go for, well, we don't run rank 8s, but you can go for an insta one turn kill thing with them. It's just good. DD, Triple D Kaiser the Conqueror. If this card is pendulum summoned, negate all the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Once per turn, if this card is pendulum summoned, you can target 1 or 2 spell trap cards that you control, destroy them, and if you do, this card gains 1 additional attack for each card destroyed by this effect during each battle phase this turn. So if you manage to get him out with Abyss Ragnarok and Kepler, or King Armageddon and Kepler, or Leonidas and Kepler, then most of the time you'll be able to get him out and use his effect. But I ran him at 1 because he's too situational. 3 DD Lilith. When he's normal special summoned, you can either target one DD monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, or add one face-up DD monster card from your extra deck to your hand. So basically it bounces back our DD monsters like Night Howling, because we only run 2, and Swirl Spine, but most of the time we'll banish it to special summon or something. So really it's either for Kepler, DD Night Howling, well, yeah, just those 2. Swirl Slime, I can't say his name right. If this card is in your hand, you can fusion summon one DDD monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand as fusion materials, including this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one DD monster from your hand. You can only use the second effect of it once per turn. Well, each effect of it once per turn. So yeah, basically, if you combo it up with Covenant with the Dark Gate, you use this, add not add Ragnarok. Use this. If you have like King Armageddon and Swirl Spine, use this, add Ragnarok, fusion with these 2, make Dark, then banish Swirl Slime, and then special summon Ragnarok. Ragnarok activates. You can special summon King Armageddon, and then that's 8,000 life points on the dot, because 28 plus 22 is 5,000 and 3,000 from this guy. So yeah, it's exactly 8,000. So it's an OTK kill if you get that off and they don't have anything, which most of the time they will, but it's nice to know that you can do that. Sage of Prophecy, Kepler. I put him down to 2 because I realized having a 0 attack body that you normal summon just to add a Covenant card or to bounce back a DD card, it's not very good to just summon. Like, most of the time, if I have Covenant with the Swamp King, I'll summon Kepler, use that, and then fusion summon. So I use him to add the Covenant card, like most of the time Dark Gate, but maybe sometimes Covenant with the Valkyrie. So yeah, he's good for fetching out the Covenants. Allure of Darkness. The whole deck is dark, like monster wise, and most of the time you'll have a dud card like Kaiser the Conqueror in your hand, and you'll just, or DD Lilith. Sometimes they get dudded, so you can just be like, hey, I'm gonna draw 2 cards and banish it, and plus from something that you usually won't use if you have the right hand after you draw the 2. Raigeki, simple, destroying all monsters is staple now. 3 upstart, card draw thins out the deck so we can get the good stuff. Mystical Space Typhoon, spell and trap removal. Covenant with the Dark Gate is basically Rhoda for any DD monster, so I can add Swirl Slime or Lilith or Night Howling and go for either a synchro or fusion play. Covenant with the Swamp King, a continuous spell card version of polymerization. I think I should read it because it's a very tricky card. You can fusion summon 1 fiend type monster from your extra deck with using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. If you would fusion summon a DD monster or DD fusion monster, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as fusion materials. You can only use this effect of Covenant or Dark Contract with the Swamp King once per turn. During each of your standby phase, you take 1,000 damage. So, yeah. Air Force. I think the spell and traps, they say they stayed practically the same, but they might have some changes. I don't know. I haven't looked at the previous video because I've been busy. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, bounce back off face-up attack position monsters. Most of the time you'll use this when they have a bunch of synchros or XZs out on the field. Bombless Trapo, staple. This one, it helps us ditch, like if we for some weird reason can't use Swirl Slime, or if we just want to get a pop off with it and then summon with it, you can use this, ditch it, pop it, and then pop that card. And then the nice thing is, during their turn, all our fiend type monsters gain 1,000 attack. So if they attack them and try to run over them, it's not gonna work unless they have unless they have an Honest or something. I don't know. It's a situational thing. And Solemn Warning, another staple. Now for the extra deck. It's vastly changed. DDD, Caesar Ragnarok, the Wave 000. Or Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok, whatever floats your boat. 2 triple D monsters, which most of the time it'll be, well, it's any of the top row with Swirl Slime. Like I'll use this and then use all these or one of these or 2 of these to make them. And the reason I like them is when you attack with that card or they attack this card, you could target 1 DD or a contract card, bounce it back to your hand. So automatically, if you have Kepler out, you can summon it, attack with Caesar Ragnarok, and bounce it back, and you basically got a free Covenant and not have to worry about losing any life points. Oh my bad, a fire truck went by. And then you can equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to it, and then it gains attack equal to the original attack of every monster that it equipped. So say if they have well, not a Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, But say they have like a high speed Roy Chambara and you attack it and you bounce back one, it gains 22,000. Well, 20,000. Well, dang, 20,000. Dang, I can't speak today. 2,000 attack, so it'll be at 52. You have an equipped monster, and you get an extra chance to get another Covenant from Kepler, which is nice. DDD Oracle King Dark. It's the staple in this deck. You gain 1,000 every time you use a Covenant in its standby phase, but most of the time it gets the most hate because they don't like you gaining life points. Or Genghis, that's what they call them, I guess. I already went over this in the last video. It basically is when you special summon a DD monster, most likely with Night Howling, you could target another DD monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, and if this card is destroyed by battle or by a card effect, I think you can add a Covenant from your graveyard to your hand. Chaos King Archfiend, I kept him in here because he actually helps, because there's a bunch, well, not a bunch of cards, but there's a lot of cards that have lower defense than offense, so you can use this to get them weak enough so you can use your other cards to power through cards that you would think can't be ran over. Like, well, I don't really have an example. I guess Red Eyes, Darkness Metal, I think his attack his defense is like 1800. Hold on, give me a second. Red Eyes. Well, 2400. So I could run over it with Clearing or something like that. So it's good. It's situational, but it's good. DD Gale Overlord Alexander. I found out that it was best if I ran this at 1, because most of the time you won't have, well, you'll have a level 4 lower DD monster in your grave sometimes if you use Night Howling. Like if you sync with those two to get Night Howling, and then you summon like Kepler or another Lilith, then you can special summon Night Howling and then go for either Black Rose Moonlight or Clearing or Chaos King Archfiend. So it works out. Or you can normal summon Swirl Slime and then his effect will activate, so you can special summon Night Howling or any other target, but most specifically Night Howling, and you can go for Chambara. Well, you know about Clearing, it's been out for a minute. Same thing with Black Rose Moonlight, they're practically staples in some decks. Armides, Keeper of Illusions. So I found out this: if I use him and another DD card and fuse for Dark, and they're both in the grave, I can normal summon Night Howling and then summon Armides because he's a fiend. And see, because Night Howling only lets you summon fiend type monsters, so you would summon Dark, then sync with Night Howling to make Armides, and then you could swing in for 51 or something like that. Yeah, 5100, and that'll take a good chunk. And at 2300, they can't activate cards or effects when you attack with it, so it helps. Chambara, it can attack 2 times and it gains 200 attack each time, so that it's just good on its own. Plus we have many ways of getting out. I explained one already. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. It can't, 2 level 7s, can't be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material, and each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to them. So that's why we do it, because 1, it can't be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material, and then it stops them from friggin' using card effects, which is amazing. Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, so we can get extra pop off of cards if there's those annoying ones, or we could set up a OTK. Like if we have him out already, 1 token left, use the token and then attack. Do the whole plan I went over before with this guy, and this guy, and then Big Eye. That's to get back monsters that we want, practically. Like if there's a good monster that they have and we want to get it, then we just get it. I'll see if I, oh, here you go, DD. This is the one against my friend Magewood, and I gotta say, it was a pretty fun game. Hold on, I think I gotta swap you. Okay. So already I started out with a King Armageddon, a Lure of Darkness, a Bottomless Trap Hole, a Covenant with the Dark Gate, and another Upstart, well, a Upstart Goblin. So he went ahead and he ditched Eclipse Wyvern to summon Arcus, so that way they couldn't get destroyed or targeted. Well, not destroyed, but targeted by Light Sworn card effects. And then he got the Wolf from the mill and a Necro Gardener. So I drew a DDD Sage Kepler. So I set that card, use Covenant, add King Armageddon, use Bottomless Trap Hole, got Ragnarok. So you already see I got the combo piece. So I drew 2 cards, banished Lilith, and summoned Kepler. So I added Covenant with Swap King, used Covenant, used Upstart Goblin, drew Swirl Slime. So I was already happy at that top deck. So then I got Dark. Then I used that to get out Ragnarok. Then Swirl Slime to get out that. And special summon that. So already in one turn I swarmed the field. So then I got to use Ragnarok, the Waves effect, bounce back Kepler. He used Necro Gardener, but I already could take a monster because the attack has been declared. So I took Wolf, swung at what's her name, Lumina, then swung at Arcus and swung in for 3,000. So already it was a amazing turn. So then he uses the Raigeki, I believe, because why not the field presence. So he destroyed everyone, but he didn't know that King Armageddon gets the attack of one monster, so I gave it the attack of Caesar Ragnarok. So after that, he got BLS off, he summoned him, he got Eclipse Wyvern, got to add JD. So I used, I thought I used Bottomless, but apparently I didn't, because I must have been worried about that JD. So I took 2,000, sadly, and then I used Upstart Goblin, draw another Swirl Slime, so I make another Dark. Then I use that to make Genghis, use that to add Ragnarok, special summon Ragnarok, then use this effect to get out Ragnarok, the Wave 000. Then his effect